Hello Taurus signs, welcome to your competition winning reading. So this was a competition that I ran over on Instagram. It would have been like a week ago now that I ran the competition. And this is the reading that you guys won as promised. So it'll be for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, or even Taurus Stelliums. And this should be helpful for you for the next 30 days. So it was going to be a June reading to start with, but then because it's coming up a little bit late, it's already the 7th of June now, because I'm a little bit late with the tech issues that I had, I thought that I would just do the next 30 days so that you still get a good month's worth out of your reading. We are going to start with some oracle cards, and with these cards we're going to read each message from their guidebook and do a very spirit-based message from the books of each of these decks, and then we're going to get into the intuitive part of your reading, because these are simply the intention that I put into these when I was shuffling is what would Spirit like to say to Taurus signs today. And this is going to start off our reading, and then we're going to look at the next 30 days in love for both singles and relationships. We're going to look at career and finances, and we're going to get some spiritual growth advice as well. But this is just like really direct messages that Spirit wants to say today. And then we're going to get into the intuitive part. So feel free to check out the timestamps if you want to skip ahead to the intuitive part, but I do feel like these will be quite valuable. So we're going to go through these one by one, deck by deck. So we'll start here. So we have the Y card, which is 31, but it's in reverse. So we're going to read the protection message for that one. Okay, so here we have Y and in protection position. Sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you towards a specific outcome that aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with the partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong, but deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness you seek. So that's the very direct and straightforward message of that card. And then we have number 16, All That Glitters. That makes a lot of sense to have those two out in partnership. All right, so the oracle's message is, it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of a diamond, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize that the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire that object or that person? So these in partnership together, this is definitely you needing to ask yourself what your intentions are behind what you're desiring, because it feels like perhaps your intention is perhaps ego-based. So it's like, if you want to make this big purchase of, something sparkly, this is about asking yourself, why do you want that? Is it going to really fulfill you, or is it just to make yourself appear a certain way? Is it to fit in with society? Is it to look well off? What's your intention behind what you want? And again, like if you're chasing a dream, why are you chasing that dream? Are you chasing it for fame and approval, or are you chasing it because it's something that means a lot to you, because it brings you purpose? This is about questioning all your intentions and all your motives, and being very, very honest with yourself about what your intentions are. And funnily enough, I was watching Roseology. She's probably one of my favorite, no, she probably is my favorite reader on YouTube. She's brilliant. And she spoke a little bit about this in a recent pick a pile that I watched for myself. And I really like her pick a piles because they're generally like really helpful and really purposeful videos. They're not just all about entertainment. So you actually get a lot out of her readings. And I feel like my mission is somewhat similar to hers in that I try to offer readings that aren't just entertaining. Obviously, I love doing entertaining ones, but they don't bring me purpose. I get purpose out of readings that are helping and guiding and informing people. But she was talking about intentions and reflecting on your intentions and being honest with yourself. So let's say that, you know, you have this dream and then you realize, okay, yeah, it is fame that I want. Then it's about just owning that and being like, okay, yeah, so what? I like attention. I want fame. As long as you're in alignment with it and not trying to deny it, that's where you bring your reality into alignment, because you're being honest with yourself about what you want and why you want it, and then the universe can deliver it. But if you're not necessarily being honest about what you want and why you want it, then maybe the universe is a little bit contradicted on what's manifest, on what they need, on what the universe needs to bring into your life, or what the universe needs to manifest with you. We're going to move on to this deck now. So we have number 23, Healing the Heart. So we're going to start here. So we have, when you are wounded emotionally, you need time to regroup and find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or betrayal, lost someone close to you, lost an affiliation that you gave too much power to. Perhaps you're watching someone go through a difficult time and feel bad that you can't help. Maybe you're still not over a past disagreement. No matter the cause of this heartache, deep healing is called for. This happens on its own timetable and can never be rushed. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we've become too dependent on another, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or control an outcome. Both wounding and healing usually begin within, not from the outer conditions of our life. We often believe that we can be wounded only by others, but we do way more damage to ourselves in the self-sabotaging ways we think and behave. It is important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey. Look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amends if needed, or conversely, accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness will come as the result. So now we have 43. All right, so the spirit of gratitude. In prayer, we connect directly to our higher power. It is a way for us to be in communion with the divine, a reminder that our lives are a sacred conversation we are continuously engaged in. Prayer lets us know we are not alone. A power greater than us acts on our behalf and is activated through us, suffusing our hearts and mind with a faith that is life-affirming, loving, and compassionate. When we pray, we acknowledge that we are only part of the equation of life, that a spiritual aspect is always in operation. We engage in humility, knowing we are in a co-creative partnership and have so much to be grateful for. Expressing gratitude and asking to be of service is the most powerful, prospering prayer of all. When you focus your attention on appreciation, even for the smallest aspects of your life and what you have already experienced, it's like waving a magic wand. Everything you need comes to you without effort. Obstacles fall away and your purpose becomes ever clearer. The kind of prayer that will prosper you and others today is one of deep, abiding gratitude. You become a magnet for miracles when you are grateful and ask to be a channel for divine purpose, divine abundance, love, and compassion. The power of Source is within you. Now is the time to awaken it. So these two coming out as a pair, it seems like gratitude is a key factor in your in the healing that you're doing in the heart space. Sometimes it can be about switching our focus from all the negatives that came of that situation to the positives and what you were able to take from that experience to further your growth or to further your evolution, because there's a reason behind everything. And just as there might be huge negatives about an experience or situation, there's always a silver lining. We do exist in, a world of polarity. So for every good thing, there's a bad thing, and vice versa. So in every situation, there is something that you can take from it that can help you learn. Even if it's a really, really awful situation, I'm not invalidating your feelings or trying to say that you need to just get over it. Or, if you were in some kind of really, really traumatic situation, it's not being thankful that you went through that. You can be very sorry to yourself or your inner child or however it correlates, but you can still go, okay, this happened to teach me to listen to my intuition, or this happened because I need to use that experience and talk about it now. So an example that's sort of coming to mind is, let's say you went through a really traumatic experience in your childhood of like DV, or you witnessed DV, or you were involved in DV, even in your past, doesn't have to be childhood. A silver lining of that could be like part of your mission or your purpose in this life is to start talking about that and to use your experience to share with others and help other people heal, help other people see the red flags, help other people escape. That could be something that you could be grateful for, is like, thank you for giving me purpose and helping me see it through by giving me that experience. At one point, your soul signed up for that experience before you incarnated into this lifetime. So even if it's something, really terrible, which if it is, I am honestly really, really sorry, and I send you a lot of love and healing. But there's usually a reason behind it, and you're supposed to use that reason in your life for some other reason. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, this week I feel like, or not this week, but like today and going forward, I think that Spirit's just saying, in every day, find things to be grateful for, and your heart space is going to slowly heal. Now I'm just going to take a quick sip of tea. It's still morning, so my voice is still warming up today. All right, we're going to move on to our final two cards for the spirit messages, and then I just saw 333 on the camera, and then we'll move on to the intuitive section. So your first card here is the Queen of Water. It says tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving. Down here it says relationships develop to a new level, trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. So I can see a real theme coming through here, that you're not only being asked to care for yourself, but you're also actually being asked to start caring for others and being of service. So looking for what you can do from others versus what you can get from others. So really focusing on how to be of service to those around you or those you care about, or even to a community. But we'll go into the message. I actually hardly ever use the book for these cards. I don't think I've ever read it actually. So the Queen of Water. In terms of a situation, we have emotional issues or relationships with others evolve to a new level. Even if things aren't perfect, there's a sense of peace and calm within you, and you intuitively know what to do next. Your feelings for and insights about others can be trusted. Make sure that as you nurture those around you, you don't forget to also take care of yourself. And in terms of a person, which maybe this is guidance, something to do with yourself, but let's just have a read. A person of deep but mature emotions, able to sense what others need and lovingly provide it. An intuitive or psychic person who trusts his or her perceptions and uses them to navigate the world successfully. Tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, generous, gentle, unconditionally accepting of others. So this could be a key person that's going to be in your life in the near future, or it could be representing you and your own intuitive and psychic nature, and tuning into your own inner guidance. Additional meanings for this card is patron of the arts, love for family and home, a dear and reliable friend, great creative talent. So this could be either someone that you are going to be connecting with, or it could be representing you. Let's see what this card is. Okay, we have strength, number 11. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. All right, so let's have a look at the strength card. We'll see if these messages relate or if they're separate. All right, this card comes to you because you need to know that you are stronger than you realize. You can definitely handle your current situation. However, instead of powering through it, you're better off with an approach of compassion, kindness, and gentleness. The strength that this situation calls for comes from the softness of a spiritual core. Your strength and effectiveness increase as you believe in yourself and your ability to grow from the experiences you have in life. Look upon challenges as opportunities to learn and apply your knowledge and magical touch. Additional meanings: patience, forgiveness, the courage of your convictions, using honey instead of vinegar. Using honey instead of vinegar. What? What does that mean? Is that like using sweetness instead of bitterness? Maybe? Anyway, but for me, I feel like the Queen of Water is representing the person that you're coming into as you find your inner strength. So as you continue with this gratitude and this heart healing and learning the truth of your intentions and what drives you, what motivates you, this is kind of what you're evolving into, this tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving energy where your intuition's expanding, your compassion is expanding, and you're coming more into this energy of wanting to help or guide or lead others in some way. So yeah, I do feel like you're kind of, in the next 30 days, you're going through this sort of like evolution process where like you're questioning things, then you're accepting things, you're finding gratitude for that, and then you're kind of like coming into this acceptance and inner strength because of that sort of evolution. All right, so those are your sort of messages direct from Spirit, even though the whole thing's going to be from Spirit, but you know, they are just some more direct things. Now we're going to break down your reading in terms of love and relationships and career and finances. So we might start with career and finances because that's for everyone. I don't need to split it into two sections. I'm just thinking I might get a few of these. What is the energy of Taurus signs, career and finances areas in the next 30 days? Or what's their advice? Taurus signs, career and finances, next 30 days, please. Next 30 days. Okay. We have expect powerful change, and on the bottom that was a big breath in. We have your hard work is paying off. Okay, so expect powerful change is pretty straightforward. Eclipse energy is definitely very, very powerful energy. And usually when we are in eclipse season, or when we're coming up to or just coming out of an eclipse, there's usually really big shifts, really big transformations, really big epiphanies, realizations, endings, new beginnings, things like that. So this is kind of telling you that you can expect some sort of powerful change in the next 30 days. And new moon does give me that energy of setting new intentions. So it kind of makes me feel like maybe you're going to get a positive shift or a positive change in the areas that you've been setting these intentions. So whatever you've been working towards in work and finances, it's like there's going to be a positive change, because all the hard work that you've been doing is creating this change. So it does feel like it's going to be a positive thing, but sometimes for something positive to come in, there's a few little things that might happen beforehand. So if there's any turbulence that you kind of face in the next 30 days before the positive shift, I think that you're just being guided to just keep working, try to just ride it out, but don't stop putting in the effort, because it's almost like what do you call it? It's almost like life's doing like a clearing out, or like a preparation for what's about to happen. So even if things look like or feel like they're going a little bit crazy, just keep doing what you've been doing, keep setting those intentions, keep making sure that you're following this advice up here as well, and your hard work is going to pay off. But I do feel like this links, and getting clear on your intentions and your motivations is going to help create that positive change, because now that we're seeing them like this, they definitely relate to each other. So a way that you can create positive change is by getting clear on what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it, and owning that, accepting it, and being direct with the universe. So if it comes down to, yeah, I want to be rich, so what? It's just telling the well, yeah, I do, I want to be rich. Taurians like luxury. You can't necessarily help that you like that. You like nice things. If they, like, I'm someone who has this struggle between, and I don't mean to talk about myself, but I feel like it relates to this reading, and it might relate to you guys. I'm someone who, like, I have major sensory issues. Things need to look nice. They need to smell nice. They need to feel nice. They need to be of good quality. They need to be very pleasing on my senses, or I'm very, very uncomfortable and distracted, and I'm not at peace. So for me, it's less about wanting nice things to look a certain way. It's more like accepting, no, I actually need things that are pleasing on my senses to feel calm and balanced and things like that. Like if I'm wearing a clothing item that feels terrible on me, it's all I can focus on, it's all I can think about, and it takes all my energy and all my attention. So it's just not, it's almost like it's doing me harm. So it's not, I feel like sometimes it's about even accepting or finding out the reasons why you like what you like, because sometimes there is something deeper to it. Like I've just explained with me, it's less about status or appearing a certain way. It's more about me feeling good and me feeling calm and me, I don't know, I just need things to be very pleasing on the senses. So, that's my intention and my motivation, but for everyone it's going to be different. But it's just about getting clear on it, owning it, accepting it, because in turn you're accepting yourself. So I think that's all I'm getting with the new moon eclipse card. We'll go to the new moon in Capricorn card though. So obviously, as it says your hard work is paying off. So this is just an indication that all of the effort you've been putting in and will continue to put in is about to pay off. And when with this card, that's why I feel like it's going to be something positive and it's going to be a good shift. It can also be a sign that if there's something you're not happy about, it's a good time to like reassess it or find a new way of doing things, or find a new strategy or something, or a new plan. But yeah, it's kind of like a long-term card. So a card about thinking long-term, looking long-term, thinking about where you want to be in 12 months, thinking about where you want to be in 5 years, and, making those plans and executing those plans well, making sure that you're being disciplined, making sure that you're working towards your dreams each day. So you're combining that practical element with the spiritual element, and just continuing to keep doing what you're doing if it's working for you. But if it's not, then it's a sign of changing something so it does work for you. Okay. But yeah, I guess with planning and discipline, there's a very positive shift, and also getting very clear about your intentions and your motivations and things like that. All right, we'll pull a few tarot cards and just see if there's anything else that we can kind of pull through in terms of career and finance predictions for the Taurus collective in the next 30 days. So any other little predictions or messages for Taurus signs for work and finance areas in the next 30 days, please? Okay, so we've got the Page of Swords there, and it's in the reverse position. So this is that getting clear on your intentions, motivations, and getting all of the information together and being honest with yourself. So I feel like in the reverse position, this is you, something's not being acknowledged, or you're not being honest with yourself about something in terms of work and finances. So whether it's what drives you, whether it's your intentions, whatever it is, there's something that there's a truth that you need to face here. And that keeps kind of coming through recurringly. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse is giving me, especially in a career and finances reading, it feels like you need to get clear on what matters to you and why, and what really makes you feel good and what really gives you purpose in this life. I feel like part of your work and finances message is to figure out what really fulfills you on an emotional level and why. Emotional/spiritual level, I should say. The cups can be sort of spiritual and emotional. So it feels like getting clear about what fulfills you on an emotional and spiritual level. I'll get one more card. So we've got two there. Let's have a look. We got Temperance and we got the Six of Wands. So the Temperance card in this deck, with the triangle and the other triangle that's in here, it's all pointing north. And I feel like this is really about coming back to your center so that you can find your true north. Because if you're not centered, you know, you're not going to know where your true north is. But when you come back to your center, it's very clear. So to benefit your career and financial world, it's about really getting to know yourself on a deeper level, coming back home to self and really figuring out your true north, getting very clear on how to get there, balancing out both the spiritual side and the practical side to get the victory or the recognition that you want to get in life. So the Six of Wands in reverse is like unmet potential. So it feels like you haven't met your full potential just yet, but it's all starting to come together now, it feels like. And it's quite interesting that that's your message. I feel like maybe I was sort of picking up on it a little bit before I started this reading, because I felt inspired to do an IG mini on Instagram about helping people find their soul purpose. And so it's interesting that I felt called to do that, and then now this is coming through in your reading, because I feel like maybe it's not just a Taurus thing, maybe it's a collective thing, and maybe people are feeling called to get to know themselves better and find a more fulfilling path forward. I'm going to have another sip of my tea. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to go into the section on love now. I'm just going to make sure I have enough space. Okay, so we'll start with those that are single. What do I want to use? All right, so tell me about the next 30 days for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Stellium signs in terms of love. This is the single Taurus signs or single Taurus placements. What's going on in the next 30 days for single Taurians? Going on in the next 30 days for single Taurus signs on Taurus placements. Okay, I'm not going to take 3 at a time. Can you be kind to me and just give me 1 at a time, please? Okay, so we have the Wheel. Single Taurians in the next 30 days. What's going on in their love life? He's come back out. The Page of Earth. So I'm just going to take the top one because he tried to come out twice. So this is definitely looking like some offer that's coming in for you. The Page of Earth, you can see he's holding like a letter, which is like almost like written communication. So I feel like someone's going to either text, DM, email, some sort of written form of communication. You'll hear from someone. It could be an earth sign, it doesn't have to be. But this would likely be someone that's a little bit younger than you, considering we have the Page, unless you're quite young yourself. But you guys were coming through up here as the Queen. So I do feel like this could be someone that is slightly younger than you, but it is someone who, like, the earth signs are the most reliable of all of the signs. They're very grounded. And this person's like ready and willing to learn. I feel like they want to know more about you. So it feels like it's a new person. Doesn't feel like it's someone from the past. It feels like it is a new person. And obviously this could either, I'm saying that this is someone else coming in because you were coming through as the queen, but for some of you, this could be you wanting to know more about someone else and you wanting to reach out to someone else. So just take that as it resonates. But either way, it feels like something lucky or something destined is here with the wheel. Oh, we have the Ace of Water. So this is, yeah, it feels like in the next 30 days, your emotions are going to awaken. So someone's going to awaken them, or your emotions are awakening for somebody else. So new emotions, new feelings being stirred, either when someone reaches out to you or when you, or these emotions lead you to reach out to someone else. It feels like this is very sort of nervous, exciting, new energy because of the way that the deck is getting a little bit excited. And it's like kind of, like if I was to describe the way the deck's behaving, it's almost like the cards giving me like a physical representation of like butterflies in the tummy. Yeah, like this nervous, kind of excited energy. Oh, there's two. We have the Eight of Fire. So this is definitely going to be something that picks up speed quite quickly. And I think that could be why I was getting that nervous, excited energy coming through, is because perhaps like as soon as you start talking, like it just takes flight really quickly. There's a lot of back and forth communication, a lot of excitement, a lot of new energies are kind of like ignited. And we have number 16, transformation. So realization, life change, liberation. So there is, it feels like this is quite unexpected or quite sudden. It's either unexpected or it happens quite suddenly. And it feels like there's a, with this realization and liberation, it's like there's an instant recognition that liberates you from maybe someone or something in the past. It helps you kind of leave something or someone behind, or helps you let go of something or someone, because it's something about this new person just like liberates you. And maybe that's what the change is that like your focus, you're able to finally let go of someone or something from the past and embrace something new. I feel like this is we are doing a next 30-day reading, but I was going to say, like this time, this hourglass, it's like almost run out. So it's almost like this is very, very close. But obviously we are doing, like I didn't realize until after I started saying it, this is the next 30-day reading, but it does feel very, very close. So maybe this is like saying like even before the 30 days is up, this is going to kick off. I don't think I said that right. I think I meant to say like before the 30 days is up, like you've already made like heaps of progress. So like, you know, they might come in the next week because that's like 3/4 of that gone, or yeah, like it feels like maybe even in the next week. And then this is a 7. When you go 1 and 6, it's 7. So that could be confirmation. Definitely feel, so maybe in the next week you're going to meet someone or hear from someone or have this epiphany about someone that you're going to reach out to for singles. Ooh. Okay, so we'll get some relationship messages out now. So for the Taurus placements that are in the connections, what's going on for them in the next 30 days? Taurus placements that are in connections. Okay, we have the Page of Water, which could mean that like new feelings, new depth, new vulnerability is coming into the connection. You or your partner may confess something in a good way, not confess like a lie or something, but they might confess something, some sort of like emotional confession. Maybe that's not always like them. Maybe they're a bit of a closed book when it comes to talking about their feelings, and they're going to open up a bit more, or you're going to open up a bit more. But that would suggest to me in a new connection that there's like sort of new levels of vulnerability that are coming into the connection. Let's do that again. Okay, so there could even be an apology and a making amends. Someone could be apologizing or opening up about a mistake they've made, and wanting to kind of like fix something that happened. It could have even been like drama that incurred, something like that. Yeah, they want to move on from that. So whether this is you or them, someone wants to apologize for a mistake or for some drama that happened, and they really hope that you can just sort of move right by this, and it doesn't affect the relationship long term. But yeah, there's this like making amends energy. 6 of water, literally. Making amends, reconciling, bringing the love back in. So that definitely feels like, with 4 of earth on the bottom as well, it feels like it's a solid connection, it's a stable connection. It's not, you're going to move past this with ease. It's not like nothing too major. So the mistake could have already happened, or the drama could have already happened, and in the next 30 days you're moving past it, or it's going to happen. And then you're going to move past it and reconcile, and the stability of the connection is not going to be too affected. So I'm not picking up anything major. It just seems like something small that's quite easily overcome. All right, so to finish your reading off, we are going to get you some spiritual advice. How are we looking on the camera? Pretty good, pretty good. See, this is where my sensory things come in, where things need to look a certain way. They need to be pleasing on the eye. Yes, there we go. Yes, so spiritual advice. And then I was going to leave it there, but I think I might even... I don't have my computer. I will give you guys I'll channel a song for the next 30 days, like a theme song. It's either going to be something that you can like listen to over the next 30 days that's going to just like, I don't know, motivate you or inspire you, or it might have a meaning in it, or it might tell you something that's going to happen, or it might have a personal meaning to you. But whatever the case, we'll get a channeled theme song for the next 30 days for you, and I'll link it in the description box below. So I won't do it on camera, but I'll do it when I finish the reading, and I'll link it below, and you can have a look at that if you're interested. So for the spiritual side of things, I think I'm going to pull one from here and one from another deck. So just hold on one second, I'm going to go grab it. Okay, so we're going to pull one from here, and we're going to pull one from this one as well. So we'll start here. What is the message for Taurus signs in the next 30 days? What is the message for Taurus signs or Taurus placements next 30 days? Another number 16, expansion, educate your mind and senses. All right, so let's grab the book for that one before we do the next one. I like reading from this book because it's a very informative book. And we're already at 45 minutes, so I don't want to do an intuitive version and then a book version. I'll just do the book version today. Expansion is an inevitable process of the universe. The knowledge of history, science, mathematics, and social understanding continue to grow through the foundation of new knowledge, awareness, and experience. Human beings and human consciousness also continue to evolve and expand. It is part of the evolutionary process. Clinging to old and past experiences restricts a person's ability to grow. Oh, actually, I said somewhere, I think it was for the singles, that someone or something inspires you to leave something behind or let something go. Sorry, I got distracted. Expanding yourself spiritually and emotionally allows you to feel a greater sense of love, compassion, and harmony. We're getting all of that. Oh, these cards always make a reading come together at the end. I just love it so much. Self-realization follows these new levels of awareness as you build upon your previous knowledge and life experiences. Oh, we spoke about that too. Oh, tarot just never stops amazing me, honestly. Realize that you are always in a permanent state of learning about yourself physically and emotionally. How you interact with others and what you like or dislike are all experiences that create expansion within your spirit. Most importantly, it is never too late to learn. You may have just left behind an old life, previously gone through separation or divorce, began a new job or career path, or started a family. It might seem confronting now, but don't be afraid to ask for help or advice about these matters. Support is available to you. Just ask. And guys, I have before received comments of people they're like, oh, not everybody has someone to turn to. It's, you shouldn't assume that. And I'm never ever assuming that about anybody. But even if you don't have a physical person to turn to, you always have the divine and your spiritual team. There's always somewhere to turn, okay? So I'm not being ignorant when I say that. Sometimes it means that support is unseen support or it's from another realm. Right now you are in a process of learning. Career goals, education, and skills-based training are a focus now. This new information is needed for the next step of your life. You may be feeling that you aren't up to the task ahead. Don't fear. Everything you need will be available to you in divine timing. It may feel like you are on the edge of not knowing what to do next. All that means is that this is a new experience and you require more information for the journey ahead. Research your area of focus. A new level of study or education will benefit you now as you prepare and organize your future. So, I do want to say that there could be really a new level of study or education that you might be able to do, but just don't forget that what the main message of this reading was coming in, it was rather than learning a new level of study or education, it was more like learning more about yourself and your intentions and your motives and what means something to you, what fulfills you spiritually and emotionally and those things. So a lot of that was more like learning more about yourself. But as this says, there could be an actual study or education or skill that you could learn that could benefit your future. But just don't dismiss the fact that there's a lot of inner understanding to be reached. And now we're going to get one from here. So what do the Taurus placements need to see for the next 30 days in this deck? Oh, okay, apparently there's two. So we're going to even be here a little bit longer than first expected. We have 31, Nature's Cycles, which was also what we started your reading on, number 31. And we have 24, Knowledge. So we'll start on Nature's Cycle, seeing as that was the top card. Oops. The pentagram has long been a symbol of balance between the 5 elements and how they work in harmony with each other: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Traditional Chinese medicine also uses it to represent their 5 elements: earth, metal, water, wood, and fire. Drawing this card means it is time to find balance within yourself and reconnect with nature. Listen to what your body tells you and what others see in you. Get in touch with nature by helping the environment, learning about herbs, going for bushwalks, gardening, and so on. There are many ways in which we can get back in touch with nature that allow us to become more in tune with ourselves. By holding or meditating with malachite, we can start to become attuned again. Remember, we are also a part of nature. There is no separation. Being a green stone means malachite also works on the heart chakra, which is how we connect to nature and the world around us. If you wish to make contact with nature spirits like the Fae, you need a pure heart. You cannot trick them. They see through all our guises. Malachite is also an extremely beneficial stone to bring issues and toxic thoughts to the surface, which lends itself as an unlucky stone for some. If you truly wish to grow and let go of that which does not serve you or is sabotaging you, then work with malachite. So that paragraph brings me to this letting go section that we had, and this paragraph brings me to these parts here because it's about heart healing. So this is also kind of bringing the reading full circle as well. And it's showing us sort of the interconnectedness between, career, the heart, and our love life. All right, so this is number 24, knowledge. This is another grounding stone, but one that also has an ancient knowledge to share. Record keepers will allow you to access knowledge that is stored within the crystal. They can be seen as portals, and if you meditate with a record keeper, it may permit you access to its hidden information. If you have a record keeper crystal, it may be time to start working with it. Because they are the stones of insight or looking within for answers, this shows us that it is time for us to do this ourselves. All knowledge lies within, for we are connected to all that is. All information is available to us at any given moment if we seek it and ask for it. Meditating with this card may also give you the answers or guidance you are looking for at this time. The fact that this crystal is also smoky quartz means that it will help you to remain grounded while working with these powerful energies. Black kyanite will help ground you, but it will also shift and move any energy that is necessary for your highest good at this time. Allow it to assist you to remove your roadblocks so you can become a clear channel for higher information. Seek out the knowledge you need, study a course, or meditate on the record keeper to find some answers. Remember to look within, and equally important is to ask for help in finding the answers you are looking for. Wow. So this is almost like, at the end of this, I was like, don't forget that this is more about learning about within. And then it just comes and reiterates what I was just saying. So that's beautiful. This is exactly why I love finishing a reading on these two decks, because they just bring the reading full circle and just close it in literally the best way possible. It's like, I don't know, I find it just so amazing. I don't think tarot will ever stop exciting me. Like, it's always, every single time it happens, it blows my mind. I'm like, oh my God, wow. Love it so much. But yeah, guys, this is the end of your reading. So if you're interested to check out your theme song for the next 30 days, check out the description box below where I will link it for you. But this is where I'm going to leave you. So if you don't mind giving the video a thumbs up or commenting and let me know how it resonated for you. Don't forget to subscribe for future uploads if you're interested. And also if you're interested in a soul purpose reading, I am running that over on my Instagram. I don't know for how long, so it depends when you come across this reading, but if you're interested in that, check out my Instagram details, which I'll link in the description box below also. And there's also heaps of other readings and stuff over there as well. So do feel free to check that out. But anyway, guys, stay safe. I hope the next 30 days is kind to you and that you are kind to yourself. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye.